Today we'll be giving different random anime characters different dojutsus in the Naruto verse. This is part 2 of a later video, so go check out the first part. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Anime Sundays, a show where we talk about anime on Sundays. We got our boy Showdown Showdown here.
Yo.
What's good, bro?
What's good?
And we finna get right into it, man. We're gonna spin the wheel for a random anime character, and we're gonna spin the wheel for a random dojutsu in the Naruto verse, and we're gonna see if that random anime character may solo their verse, or we could just talk about how far they get along in terms of just fighting the various enemies and opponents in their verse. All right, let's get right into it, Rob. Spin the wheel.
All right.
Oh, dang.
Wow. All right, so we get Goku.
Son of Goku, son.
Yup. All right, let's see what we're giving Goku.
Da-da-da, the Mangekyo Sharingan.
All right.
Itachi's. I mean, that's still gonna be tough, man. Solo your verse. I mean, characters like Goku, Mangekyo Sharingan's really not gonna do too much extra help.
Right, because at the end of the day, I mean, most of the characters in Dragon Ball, they just scale much higher than the Naruto verse altogether. So even if you're giving him access to Itachi's Mangekyo Sharingan, you're talking the Yatsu mirror that can reflect anything, you know, the Tosuka blade that can seal. I mean, that's nice, but on the scale of the Dragon Ball verse, it's going to be really, really tough for him to pull off, especially when you start going towards those super characters. I mean, you know, Beerus, Whis, Jiren, like, none of that's really working on them. I mean, the greatest thing it would give you is just, you know, a little bit of visual perception, something a little bit better in battle. You know, you can predict other people's moves, but they already can do that in DBZ anyway, or in Dragon Ball Super with their base power. So, I mean, it would just make Goku look cool. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Now, unless you were saying, like, you know, maybe with the Mangekyo Sharingan, especially if Itachi's Genjutsu can kind of be used on maybe a level that would have an effect on a DBZ character. So, like, maybe it's a little more heightened because it's in Goku's body. I can see that being a big problem for other enemies, because not a lot of DBZ characters do have psychic blocks and things on their mind. Some of them do, but some of them don't. But again, it's not like Goku's soloing his verse, but I think he'd get pretty far because he already is like up there, you know, at least top 10. It would help move him up the ranks a little bit.
Right. Once you start going to those higher universes, like maybe like Universe 11, you know, with the Pride Troopers and everything, it's like, all right, now it starts getting a little shaky. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna have a huge effect. I think, you know, Goku's base power and then him having the God Key and the Hakai and Ultra Instinct, like, those are gonna be the things that are really going to be, you know, the main factors of him trying to solo his own verse, which he's not going to pull off anyway.
All right, let's go to the next one. Not your boy. Is it your boy?
It is my boy. All right, shoot. Man, Ueki Kosuke. All right, let's see.
This is all showdown right here.
Absolutely.
We're gonna see. There might be some. It's borderline there.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. The EMS was Sasuke.
Yes. Is Ueki soloing his verse with Sasuke's Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan?
Is his verse like that? Are they up there in that Naruto branch, or what would you say?
I think he would absolutely solo his verse. I think, because you got to remember, Ueki took down somebody that literally took down the god in the Law of Ueki verse. Ueki is one of the greatest characters that I've seen, just because his technique literally is being able to turn trash into trees, so he has to use his cleverness in that, but he also is a heavenly being as well. So he has a whole bunch of different abilities added to him. He could block with Fudo, he can move at lightning speed he could use Rama, which is like a giant cleave, and also he has level 2 talents. So not only does he have his base power, but his level 2 talents are literally able to reverse your technique. So let's say your technique is being able to turn trash into trees, and he uses his level 2. Now he's turning the trees back to trash. Like, he's literally reversing your abilities, reversing your techniques. And if he's able to use that alongside having the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan from Sasuke, I mean, you're adding on a Susanoo on top of him being able to use Mao and all, like, it would be catastrophic for the verse. Like, he would be too OP. So yeah, I definitely think Ueki is soloing his verse with that. Absolutely, that would be a great pickup for him to have.
So you don't think he can solo his verse without it, though? You're saying it's pretty close, but you're saying with the Mangekyo, definitely.
He can't solo it without it if we are talking about everybody jumping him. Now, if we're doing like a gauntlet style, I think you can make a very good case if he's able to recover after every battle that he could. If he's not able able to recover, maybe not. But if you're saying that everybody is jumping him all at once, that's gonna be tough unless he has access to the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan from Sasuke. That would definitely push him over.
Okay, bet. All right, Ueki, running it up. EMS. Yeah. Okay, we love to see it. All right, who we got next? Okay. Oh, wow, it's getting lethal. Uh-oh. Nah, there we go. Deku. All right, let's see what he gets, man. I think he like to be awesome. Okay, bro. Okay, we here. Uh-oh. EMS by Madara. Ooh, wow. Man, that's crazy.
Is he
Deku with the Eternal Mangekyo Madara. Is he soloing everyone? I think maybe. I think he would get pretty close. I mean, you know, Deku already being, especially now, probably top 5 in this verse, at least in the anime. How fast the tides changed as soon as he was able to get back into the fight with Shigaraki. Of course, we know All For One in his prime, doing what he does. Pretty much already soloing most of the verse. You know what I'm trying to say? He's soloing most of the heroes that they have present. We know that, say if you did include like a prime All Might or what have you, we know the gap between those two pinnacle characters and kind of like everybody else in My Hero. And Deku is already kind of involved in that top tier circle just because he has one for all. And so I think honestly, bro, with Madara's too, Perfect Susanoo, you know, I don't know if you're going to include it turning into the Rinnegan, you know, because I don't know if that's still considered his.
We'll keep that separate. We'll keep that separate.
Yeah, I would say I don't think that's the same thing, but Madara's Sharingan in general has always been one of just real great aptitude. You know, even when it comes to just simple stuff like taijutsu, like it just seems to be a little better than the average Uchiha. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know. I think Deku could do it. I think he could probably do it, honestly.
All right. So Deku soloing the verse is tough because again, like I said, if the verse is jumping him, it's not like he doesn't have one of the greatest quirks in the series. My issue is his stamina and how long can his body withstand the quirk being outputted at 100% one for all. That has always been my biggest concern when it comes to Deku. Now we do know he's much more crafty now. You know, he has Spagine, he has Gear Shift, Black Whip, and he's able to use 2 and 3 different quirks at a time. Deku is very, very clever in that regard. And I think adding the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan to that would make him even more clever. So a lot of people would be getting mixed up. And you could even have the Susanoo, which would definitely protect him from characters like Shigaraki that, you know, decay him on touch. But even with all that being said, it's his stamina and it's his body literally breaking down as he's using full 100% full cowling and all that stuff. It's like we need to see how long he would be able to last. That's literally my only thing. If he's able to withstand it, then I think he could go further, but that's the question. He doesn't have the All Might build, you know, so that's where it's kind of questionable.
I feel like the EMS, especially Madara's, is what would be giving him more of a stamina boost in a sense. Because, for example, the reason the Eternal Sharingan in any situation is so powerful is because it doesn't really take much from the user to use one of its innate, you know, lethal abilities. It kind of just dwells on their chakra, and if that's like, you know, equivalent to My Hero verse, that's just like regular stamina, not necessarily like full-blown like quirk usage, then I could see there being a balance to where Deku would probably try to do most of his work with the EMS and then use his quirks sparingly. That's the kind of Deku that I see. I just think that it may not be impossible because we kind of already see what soloing the verse looks like through a Shigaraki perspective. Even an incomplete Shigaraki was pretty much almost working everybody. And now that Deku is even closer to him, as they're kind of doing a one-on-one, and we know Shigaraki's evolved even more, this whole even plan to trap him in the sky is so he pretty much doesn't solo the verse. You know what I mean?
Right. But you also have to remember, this is a world where All Might is out of commission. So this is a different thing. Like, imagine Deku trying to solo the verse, and Star and Stripe already knows his name, can change the law with New Order, can change the law of physics, the law of reality with New Order quirk.
Right.
And now it's a whole different ballgame. So that's why I'm saying, like, jumping the My Hero verse is super tough because the strategy is wild. Everybody's quirk is not a combat quirk, but they're trying to find ways to make it combative, right? So that's why I feel like with Deku, he would have to be going full force crazy, and that's where it's kind of the stamina thing. So I do like your point on bringing up that, you know, the Sharingan being eternal would help him with that, but I don't know if he'll still be able to get everybody out. You know, like he could do a decent amount of damage, but everybody is with Star and Stripe and
Definitely.
stuff, it's gonna be wicked.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, cool. Let's go to the next one.
All right.
Okay, we got
Okay.
Simo. Okay,
Meliodas.
Meliodas. You already know what his verse. We know this.
Okay.
Okay.
Shisui.
Shisui.
Yes.
Mangekyo. So, I mean, Shisui, I'm trying to remember. What was the specialty of Shisui's?
The Kotoamatsukami. Honestly, that's one of the most broken abilities in all of Naruto. Literally, it could control, it could take over your mind or whatever and control you. And we know that Itachi had to use that on himself in order to free himself from, the control of the reanimation jutsu coming from Kabuto. So we know all of that stuff already. That's how broken it is. So giving Meliodas access to a Kotoamatsukami, I mean, come on. You got to think of people like, imagine Arthur under the Kotoamatsukami, or even the likes of Zeldris or full-powered Merlin.
Who else did he use that on besides himself? I mean, Shisui, didn't he use it on?
No, he never
used it, right?
Canonically he never used it himself. He got, Danzo ambushed him with the Ambu.
Yeah.
But the thing is he left it for Itachi to use, and Itachi had it in the crow and waited until like the most opportune time to use it, which was after he was reanimated. Right.
Yeah, but like you said, bro, if he can pretty much control like a Merlin, Arthur, and he's already Demon King level, who's gonna stop him, right?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So those are the characters we chose for different random dojutsus. If you agree with our takes, if they solo their verse or what have you, drop a comment below. And yeah, man, we'll see y'all next Sunday.
Peace.